So all the recent things that you guys have been seeing about this Mariah Carey character stems back from 2 years ago when I made this video about Mariah Carey being Brittany Renner. Okay, now these two characters are exactly the same. I have a video from 3 years ago that was taken down by YouTube when I exposed these two characters for being the same, and this was a follow-up video, the one that you see on the screen right here. And in this follow-up video from 2 years ago, I mentioned how Mariah the Scientist is also Mariah Carey. They did damage control after that video by putting Mariah the Scientist and Brittany Renner together. Right here, the side by side of Brittany Renner and Mariah Carey, they are identical to each other. This now is my third video on these two characters. On my second video, I had showed you guys that Brittany and Mariah were the same. They look identical to each other. Just look at this. It's insane. And this damage control is mainly connected to the video I did 6 months ago. Alright, so 6 months ago, I briefly mentioned how Mariah Carey is Tiny Harris, okay? They look identical to each other. It's insane. When I was working on that video, I could not ignore that Mariah Carey was connected to Smokey Robinson and his other characters, especially Tiny. Here's another side-by-side that I made of them. They look so much alike. This is just insane. So this is a huge group of characters, and I recommend you guys watch this video all the way through so you can see the rest of the characters a part of this group. So recently, Mariah Carey has been trending because her mom and her sister died in the same day. So this is all fake. You guys already know this stuff. So this article was updated on August 27th. The number 27 is associated with death. This goes back to the 27 Club, and this goes even further into the numerology of the number 27. 2 plus 7 is 9, okay? 9 holds the energy of completion. So when they use the number 9, they tend to kill off characters, okay? So there's been a lot of times that we've seen that these characters have died and they were connected to the number 9, whether it was Juice WRLD who was connected to triple nines, or it's just simple characters who were connected to the number 27, which equates to 9. Any character that equals 9 is associated with being a death faker. So the fact that this article was updated on the 27th, that's already scripting right there. So this is Mariah Carey's sister, and this is really disgusting. We see that they're doing some type of, oh, Mariah Carey is the good child while her sister is the bad child. They love doing these things to make their family life seem more interesting than what it is, but it's all fake and scripted at the end of the day. This is a completely fake family. They all look like they were made in a lab, and you guys need to go check out the 2 videos I have out on Patreon about how celebrities are made. That will explain everything for you on how they are designed and how they are making them. Her sister looked like they used Mariah Carey's template but just made it look more realistic, like a real person in real life, and more ghetto. And then bam, you have Ellison. That's what they did. Or vice versa. If Ellison is older, what they did is they took Ellison's template and they made Mariah Carey look more polished than Ellison, you know? Same concept going on here. It's really ridiculous. And she even looks like Tiny Harris. So that's a big connection, because maybe Allison is more of Tiny than Mariah Carey because they updated Mariah Carey later into her career. By the time the 90s was over, they updated her character and she looks, you know, completely different than Tiny, especially since they updated Tiny's character also. So we see that they have this terrible, terrible description about this fake character, and it's really disgusting because, like, this is all that this character is known for, while her sister is just going to be this mega star that everybody loves and listens to when Christmas time comes around. So it says by the age of 15, that's 6, and this deals with family, all right? Peep the coding. You guys need to get that numerology book, okay? That numerology book is all the experience I've had with all of these numbers and figuring out what these numbers mean. And look at it, it's in your face. 6 deals with family. And look at what it says. By the age of 15, Allison Carey was married and pregnant and soon dropped out of high school. That deals with family. Married, pregnant. Come on, get the book. ASAP. You need the book, all right? Because these numbers are everywhere. This is even involved in other people's lives. Like, for an example, we're in an 8 year, all right? So a lot of things are about money. Most people are going broke and most people are getting money this year. And there's so many other things like power, all types of stuff, but that's all in a book. So go get that, all right? And so right here it says much of the rest of her life was spent battling drug addiction, all right? So you see what they're doing. You know, they're talking about how she had multiple arrests, okay, and she was connected to You see the P word right there. So, you know, it's just really insane. You know, they're really pushing a huge agenda. And then this is her sister. Look at the difference in this. Look at this. Wikipedia has when you type in her sister, and then when you type in Mariah Carey, this is what Wikipedia has. Come on, they know what they're doing. So you know how I mentioned to you guys that that article that was posting about Mariah Carey's family dying was updated on the 27th? Well, look at this. Mariah Carey was born on the 27th. 2 plus 7 is 9. Characters connected to death faking. This character is most likely going to be a death faker. Come on, she's connected to death in every way possible. I don't even need to do gematria for this video because it's all in the scripting, it's all in the coding. 27 is a big number involved in this. They killed both of her family members. Come on. And 2, that's crazy. 2, because 2 is a component making the 9. The 2 and the 7 are the 2 energies equating towards the 9. All right, so we see that 2 deals with feminine energy. Again, go get the book. 2 deals with feminine energy, and 2 of her family members died that are female. Okay, we know that they're not really female, but they're perceived as female. You know what they do, the whole story of trying to make it seem like they're actually one gender, but they're really not. But we all know the truth, okay? And then 7, because now she's like alone, she doesn't have them, okay? But this is all fake, but they use these numbers to script out these events, okay? Because these numbers hold an energy. So she's 55 years old right now when this all is happening, and 55 just so happened to match to Masonic temple in a reduction cipher. Cremation, her family's dead. Cremation matches to 55 in a reverse reduction cipher. Sade in an ordinal cipher. Tree of death equals 55 in a reverse reduction cipher. What is the chances of this? She's 55 right now, and 2 of her family members died, and she just so happened to match the tree of death. And then next is Satan worship with 55 in a reduction cipher. So this character is trending solely because she is connected to Vote or Die. Vote or Die was a huge campaign that they had back in the day where they were basically advertising to younger groups of people to vote or else die. I talked about this in my first ever video on Mariah Carey, and the one that I showed you guys in the very beginning of this video, that she promoted this. Now, what is the chances this is election season and this character is now relevant again? Okay, so I have a video coming out soon about Vote or Die. Very crazy stuff, and this character is super connected to it. Guys, do not vote, all right? Do not vote. I'll be talking about that on Patreon. Do not vote. It's not worth it. It is casting a spell. I've talked about this time and time again, so I hope you guys did not vote, all right? So here's some side-by-sides. This is Mariah Carey and Brittany Renner, and they look so much alike. It is ridiculous. And here's another side-by-side. And I just don't know how you guys just don't see how they look. Like, I don't understand how you guys do not see how fictitious they look and how inverted they look. You know, I know the real ones who have the eyes to see can see it. It just baffles me that there's people who will discredit this type of content and just turn away and say that it's stupid when it's like in your face. I mean, all you have to do is really look, and this is just ridiculous. Here's another side-by-side that I made. They look so much alike. Even have a similar hair color in these 2 photos. Here's another side-by-side, and these characters literally just look ridiculous. This is crazy, but they look so much alike. Now, I love bringing up this riddle because I just cannot believe how much they are mocking you guys. Her name is Mariah the Scientist. All right, Mariah, come on. And then her name's Mariah Carey. And the crazy thing about this, there are so many different ways that you can spell the name Mariah, but they purposely have their name spelled exactly the same. This is just in your face. That is the most obvious thing between those 2 characters. Now look at this. Mariah the Scientist is born October 27th, okay? And that article updated the post about her 2 dead family members on August 27th. Come on. And not only that, she's born, look, she is born October 27th, 1997. And look, Mariah Carey, who shares the same exact name as her, is born March 27th, 1969. Do you guys see those 27s? They're putting this stuff in your face. It's right in your face. And that's probably why people get so blinded by it. When the truth is in people's face, people turn the other way. They want to seek elsewhere. They think it's not real. That is insane. And look at this. This is their other character, their smaller character. This is their other character, Giovanna. And Giovanna is born March 2nd. All right. Now pay attention to March in this. Mariah Carey just so happened to be born in March also, and she's their newer character. This character, I guess, is their openly inverted character that they've made recently, and everybody had seen this being pushed in their feed. I guess they really want to push this character on people. YouTube was really pushing this video out, and I seen it as complete damage control, because the fact that they even went and made another character after my video, after 2 of my videos, and we see that her and Mariah the scientist look identical. This is crazy how much they look identical to each other. I mean, the same smile and everything. All mixed race characters. That is the craziest thing about this group of characters. So we see right here, this is Brittany Renner and their new character. Identical. This is why you guys need to watch my Sims video on how the characters are made on Patreon, because this is the only way you're going to understand what's going on. What they did is they made Brittany Renner off of Mariah Carey's template, and then they made Mariah the Scientist off of Brittany Renner's template, and then they made Giovanna off of Mariah the Scientist template. You see how this works? So go watch that video now so you can understand this stuff, because that's how they're designing these characters, and that is how they all end up looking like each other at the end of the day. These characters have very dead eyes, especially this new character. Just very, very dead, empty eyes. They're all empty at the end of the day, but these new characters they've been putting out, they don't care anymore. They're putting it in your face. I just cannot get over how much alike Mariah the Scientist and Giovanna is. And Giovanna's character starts with a G, and we know masonry, G, the 7th letter G, okay? Mariah the Scientist and Brittany Renner have these 2 photos that are exactly the same. What is the chances of this? They both have the rollers in the hair and a robe on, except that the Mariah character is wearing leopard print, animal print, which is a huge agenda that they're pushing right now, because they push animal print on you because they want you to act animalistic. All right, it gets into your subconscious mind and programs you to act animalistic. And here's another side by side, identical. It's just ridiculous how much these 2 characters look alike. And then this is Mariah and Brittany, and they look exactly alike. We see that Mariah, has the gold in her mouth, just like their new character who always has grills in her mouth. And then here's another side by side, identical. Crazy. And look at this. See, I made this side by side because they are insanely alike. It's crazy. It's like they didn't even try with this. They just made her less about makeup and all that stuff, while she's all about makeup and looks and stuff like that. They look so much alike in this one. They have the same name, both born on the 27th. Come on. And yes, this is the Numerology book. It's available on the Patreon for you guys to check out. I recommend you guys go check that out right now and line yourself on these numbers, man, because we live within a system that is governed based off numbers. That's what this is. So yeah, guys, Brittany Renner, Mariah the Scientist, Giovanna, and Mariah Carey are all the same, and everything that you've been seeing in the media is nothing more than just damage control, and that's what they're always going to do, because damage control works in a way of, if they expose us, we're going to distract everybody from the idea that we were even exposed. That's what they do all the time. So remember to always notice what's damage control. So thank you guys so much for watching. I truly appreciate you guys so much.